Hello dear students, welcome to physics online class. So today in this chapter, we would like to discuss about a neat concept related to current electricity. Already in theory you learnt about that current electricity. Just we'll discuss some synopsis related to current electricity and later on we'll solve some numerical aspect related to current electricity. So basically current is nothing but what? The rate of flow of charges. So I is equal to what? Q by T here. So wherever Q is there, so shall I write as a n into E? So from that quantization of the charge, so n into E divided by T here. If this charge particle is moving along a circular path, then what about the equation for current here? So current I is equal to Q by T. So wherever T is there, so velocity is equal to what? Distance by time here. Time shall I write it as a distance divided by velocity. So distance is nothing but what? So if it is moving along a circular path, means circumference of the circle here. So then what is the equation for time? I get it here, 2 pi r by v here. So Q divided by, so T means what? 2 pi r divided by v. So that is equation for that current when the charge particle is moving in a circular manner. So Q into V divided by 2 pi into R I will consider here. So in case of that current, so first I will consider the concept of current density here. So current is a scalar quantity where current density is a vector physical quantity. Current density is nothing but what? It is the ratio of current per unit area. I will name it as a current density here. So in case of this current, so I will consider that a Ohm's law here. So from that Ohm's law I can able to write that potential difference is directly proportional to current here. So or V is equal to what? So V is equal to resistance R into I here. So where R is nothing but what? So R is equal to V by I here. So what is that resistance here? So resistance R is equal to V by I will consider here. On what factor this resistance is depends here? So that dependent factors of resistance here. So resistance is directly proportional to length and it is inversely proportional to area. If you remove that proportionality constant, I will name the term resistivity. So resistivity means resistance per unit length. So R is equal to rho L by A here. It means that resistance is directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area here, where resistivity is independent on dimensions of the wire. So remember one point here, resistance is depends on the dimensions but resistivity is independent on the dimensions. So for example, however you are going to be increase or decreasing the length of the wire, resistivity will be remains the same. That resistivity means resistance per unit cube. So that resistivity is in dimensions I will consider. So remember one point here. So resistivity is independent on the dimensions, whereas resistance is depends on length and area I will consider here. So R is equal to what? Rho L by A here. So I will write the different form of this resistance. R is equal to rho L by A here. So for this equation multiply and divide by L here. So if I do like so, R is equal to rho into L square, area into length. So area into length is nothing but what? Volume. So resistance in terms of volume is, for constant volume I will write it as a, so rho into L square divided by V here. So what is that? Another formula for resistance, rho into L square by V. So if that volume is constant, so volume is constant means resistance is directly proportional to square of its length. So remember this point here, resistance is directly proportional to square of its length. So instead of that, for example, rho into L square, resistance in terms of mass I will write. So density is nothing but what? So density D I will name here. Density is equal to mass per unit volume, where volume shall I write it as a mass divided by density here. Wherever volume is there, so I will write that mass divided by density here. So resistance is inversely proportional to mass here. So resistance is inversely proportional to mass here. So look at here, resistance is directly proportional to square of the length and resistance is inversely proportional to mass here. And one more equation, so I will consider that same concept here. So R is equal to rho L by A here. For example, for this equation I will make that multiply and divided by area here. So R is equal to rho into, so area into length is nothing but what? Volume divided by A square square here. Resistance is inversely proportional to square of its area here. So for that constant volume, resistance is inversely proportional to square of the area. For constant volume, resistance is directly proportional to square of its length. I will consider here. So hope you are understanding this point. Now for example, in case of that resistance, so if I am going to be stretch that wire here, so if I am going to be stretch the wire, how the resistance is going to be vary here? So for example, its initial length is L, I will consider. For example, initial length of the wire is L, so and its resistance is R. So R be the initial resistance, so its length is L. So what about the initial length? Initial length is L1, and it stretched to length L2. Then what about the change in resistance here? So R1 by R2, shall I write as a L1 by L2 of whole square here? What is the ratio here? R1 by R2 is equal to L1 by L2 whole square here. So if that length of the wire is increases by n times of the initial one, so if length of the wire increases n times of the original, n time of the initial or original, then what about the change in resistance? So if that new resistance is, so n square into initial resistance, if that length of the wire is stretched by n times of the initial one, then how much resistance is going to be changes here? R dash is equal to n square into R here. So in terms of percentage, so I will consider that n square minus of 1 into R here. So similarly, so R be the resistance of the wire, and its radius is R, I will consider, and its radius is R1. So let it be the radius, that initial radius is R1, and it reduces to R2. Its resistance, its radius is reduces to R2 here. Initial radius is R1 and its radius is reduces to R2. Then what about the change in resistance? So what is the relation? I said R1 by R2 is equal to what? If that constant volume, so that resistance is inversely proportional to square of the area, A2 square divided by A1 square. So area means pi R square. So shall I write it as a R2 by R1 whole to the power of 4 here? So what will be the equation? I need to write it here. R1 by R2 is equal to what? R1 by R2 is equal to A2 square divided by A1 square, or that R2 by R1 whole to the power of 4 here. So remember that equation here. For constant volume, so resistance is directly proportional to square of the area. So in terms of percentage, for example, if the same, instead of length I will consider that radius. If the one wire is there, so its initial radius is R, so I am going to be reduce its radius 1 by nth time of the initial one. If radius is reduces 1 by nth of the initial radius, then what about the change in resistance here? So resistance value, so R dash is equal to what? So R dash is equal to, so 4 times of R here. So what will be the equation? I need to write it here. R, I will write it as a R dash is equal to R to the power of 4 here. R dash is equal to R to the power of 4. In terms of percentage, I will write it here. So look at here. So if that resistance is directly proportional to square of the length and resistance is inversely proportional to square of the area, or that resistance is inversely proportional to pi R square whole square, R to the power of 4 here. So like that I will write that equation here. So resistance in terms of percentage I will write. So if that length of the wire is stretch n times of the initial one, or radius of the wire is reduces n times of the initial one, then what about the change in resistance in terms of percentage? Resistance in terms of percentage here. So delta R by R, so it is equal to what? So 2 times of delta L by L here. So delta R by R is equal to what? 2 times of delta L by L here. Delta R means what? R2 minus R1 divided by R1. Delta L means L2 minus L1 divided by L1 or L here. So in terms of radius here, delta R by R minus 4, R to the power of minus 4. Why? Because it is inversely proportional. So resistance is inversely proportional to square of the area. So inversely proportional to R to the power of 4. I will write that R to the power of minus 4 here. So minus of 4 into delta R by R here. So this is the required equation for that. So resistance in terms of percentage for the length as well as for the radius here. So for example, in these cases, so I will consider that so I will consider that resistance, those resistance are arranged in a polygon shape. Then what about the effective resistance in polygon shape? So effective resistance in polygon shape. Effect resistance, so all the resistance are arranged in a polygon manner. So then what about the equation here? N square minus n minus of 1 divided by n square into resistance here. What about the effect resistance? If that resistance are arranged in a polygon manner here, so n minus of 1 divided by n square into resistance, branch resistance I will consider here, n minus of 1 divided by n square into R. So these are all the formulas related to resistance. Okay. There is a current of 40 amp in a wire of 10 to the power of minus 6 square meter area of cross section. So there is a current of 40 amp they mentioned. So magnitude of the current is 40 amp. Its area is 10 to the power of minus 6 meter square. If the number of electrons per unit cube of the metal is, so 10 to the power of 29. So what is that n value here? N value is 10 to the power of 29 here. Then drift velocity is, so drift velocity, what is the connecting formula for drift velocity? V of d is equal to minus of E into E divided by M into tau is there, or drift velocity in terms of current I is equal to N into A into E V of d. In theory also you derive these equations, so I will use the same equation. So I need to find out that drift velocity here. So what is the formula? I is equal to NAE into V of d here. V of d is equal to, shall I write this equation as I divided by what? I divided by N into A into E here. Current value is how much? 40 amp. N value is how much? So 10 to the power of 29 here. Area of cross section is 10 to the power of minus 6. Charge on the electron, so 16 into 10 to the power of minus 20, or 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 here. So simplify this equation. So I will rewrite this equation. So 5 by 2 here, 5 by 2 into 10 to the power of, so first I will take denominator here, 5 by 2 into 10 to the power of minus 26 plus 29, so 10 to the power of 3 here. So V of d is equal to what? 5 by 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3, or I shall rewrite here, so 50 into 10 to the power of minus 4 here. So what's the equation here? 50 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by 2 here. 2 ones are 25 here. So then what will be the equation? So 25 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter per second. Just I will check the option here. So 250 into 10 to the power of minus 3 is there, 25 into 10 to the power of minus 3 is there, 2.50 into 10 to the power of minus 3 is there, 1.25 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So which option will be true? Or shall I write this equation as 250, or so 25 into 10 to the power of minus 4 is there, or shall I rearrange this equation as a 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 here, 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter per second. So in that option, so third option is right. So 2.50 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter per second here. Okay, we'll consider next one. When a potential difference is applied across a copper wire, its drift velocity of electron is v here. So when that potential v amount of potential is applied, its drift velocity is v here. If the same potential difference is applied across the copper wire of same length but double the diameter, then drift velocity is, means as that diameter is going to be double, how the drift velocity is going to be changes, I need to find out here. So for that purpose, from Ohm's law, v is equal to I into R here. V is equal to I means what is the relation between current and drift velocity? I is equal to N into A into E into V of D. Wherever a resistance is there, so on what factor resistance is depends here. So length and area here area term will get cancelled out, area term will getting cancelled out, means potential is same dimension. So potential is same means, so what about this drift velocity? So this drift velocity is independent on the area of cross section. So V of D is independent on area, or that independent on diameter, I will take it here. So drift velocity is independent on that area or diameter for that constant potential difference here. So what's the answer here? Drift velocity will be remains the same here. Then we'll look at that next one. A wire R is stretched to thrice of its original length, then new resistance is, for example, so R dash by R here. So R1 by R2 is equal to what is the relation between length and radius here, length and resistance here for that constant volume, L1 by L2 whole square here. So R1 by R2 is equal to initial length is L here and final length is, so 3 times of the original one dimension. So L term will getting cancel out. R1 by R2 is equal to 1 by 9 here. So what's that value here? R1 by R2. So 3 square means 9. R1 is equal to R2 by 9 here. So change in resistance, R2 is equal to R1 into 9 here. So what is that change in resistance? So new resistance is, so 9R here. So just I will check the answer here. New resistance is 9R. So what's the answer here? R1 into 9 or 9R1 here, new resistance. Okay, we'll look at the next one. A wire of resistance 20 ohm here. R value is how much? 20 ohm. It is stretched so that its radius is decreases by 10%. So how much percentage that radius will get decrease here? 10%. Then its resistance is, so what is the connecting formula here? Delta R by R is equal to 4 into delta R by R. So delta R by R is equal to 4 into, so 10% means 10 by 100 here. So delta R by R is equal to what? 0.4 here. So delta R by R is equal to 0.4 means initial is how much? Initial is 20 here. So R2 is equal to R1 plus of 0.4, 20 plus of 0.4 here, 20.04. So how much the resistance is going to be increases? Okay, look at next one. A metal block has length 50 centimeter, breadth 30 centimeter and thickness is 20 centimeter. When current is passes through its parallel to its length, so in which direction current is passing? Parallel to its length, then its resistance becomes R. If current is made to pass through its parallel to the breadth, then its resistance becomes, so for example, resistance R1 by R2 is nothing but L1 by A1, so divided by, so shall I take that A2 by L2 here? So look at here, in that first situation current is passes parallel to the length value is how much? 50. So breadth and thickness, so that is 30 into 20 here. In that second case they are passing that current through parallel to its breadth value they mentioned. So breadth value is how much? So 30. So breadth is 30 means length into height or length into thickness. So length into thickness is 50 into 20. So this term will getting cancelled out. R1 by R2 is equal to 50 into 50 divided by 30 into 30. So that is, so 0 will getting cancelled out, 25 by 9 here. So initial resistance is R, R2 value is yet to be determined, 25 by 9 here. R2 is equal to 9R divided by 25. What is the answer here? R2 is equal to 9R by 25 here. Okay, look at that next one. A wire of resistance 20 ohm is bent in the form of regular polygon of 6 side. The effective resistance between the ends of any one side is, so in case of that polygon, so what's the formula? I said that effective resistance in case of that polygon n minus of 1 divided by n square into r, 6 side they mention here, so 6 square here. So each value is 20 ohm, 5 divided by 36 into 20 here. So what's the answer? 5 into 10. So in that option they mention here, so effective resistance is 50 divided by 18 here. What is the effective resistance here? 50 divided by 18 ohm in that option. So 50 divided by 18 ohm they mention. So we'll look at that next one. A resistance R, 2R, 4R and 8R up to infinite are connected in parallel. In which combination the resistance are connected here? In parallel combination. Then effect resistance will be, so in parallel combination 1 by R equivalent is equal to what? 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, so up to infinite here. 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by, resistance is 2 ohm here, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4, first one is 1 by 1, 1 by 2 here, plus of 1 by 4 plus of 1 by 8 R here. So this is the resistance value they mention. Then what about the equivalent resistance in this parallel combination? So in this parallel combination, so it is in case of that geometric progression here. So that geometric progression, R value is constant here, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 here. So 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R into, so 1 divided by, so if you make difference here, so 1 divided by, so A divided by 1 minus of A by R here, 1 by 2 here. So 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R into 1 minus of 1 by 2 here. So that 1 by R equivalent is equal to what? 2 by R here. 1 by R is equal to, 1 by R is equal, R equivalent is equal to what? 1 by R is equivalent to a 2 by R here. So finally R equivalent is equal to what? R by 2 here. What is the final answer here? R equivalent is equal to R by 2 here. So they are going to be arranged these resistance in an infinite manner, means, so I will use this equation. So what is the equivalent resistance I will get in case of parallel combination? R by 2 here. Okay, we'll look at that next one. at 30 degrees Celsius resistance of the conductor is 5 ohm. What is the initial temperature here? At 30 degrees Celsius initial resistance of the conductor is 5 ohm here. The temperature at which resistance becomes 5.2 ohm is, so in order to make the resistance as a 5.2 ohm, how much resistance is required? So delta R is equal to what? R into delta of T I said. So R is equal to alpha, sorry, delta R is equal to R into alpha into delta of T I said. So R into delta of T means, so what's the equation here? Delta R means what? R2 minus of R1 here. R means, so that is R1 here, alpha into delta T means what? Delta T means, shall I take this one as a T2 minus of T1 here? If it is T2 minus of T1, so I want to calculate that T2 value here. So R2 value is how much? 5.2 minus of 5 divided by 5 into alpha value is how much here? T2 minus of T1 I will take. So alpha value is how much they mention? 0.01 here. So 0.01 means 1 into 10 to the power of, so that is 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3 here. So 5.2 minus of 5.2 divided by 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3, T2 minus of T1 here. So 0.2 into 10 to the power of 3 here divided by 5, T2 minus of T1. Shall I write this equation as a 20 into 10 to the power of 1 divided by 5 here, T2 minus of T1. So 40 is equal to T2 minus of T1 here. T2 is equal to what? So T2 is equal to 40 plus of T1. 40 plus of, what's that initial temperature? 30 degrees Celsius. Then T2 is equal to how much? 70 degrees Celsius. What is that final temperature? If the temperature becomes 70 degrees Celsius, then that resistance will becomes as a 5.2 ohm here. Okay, we'll look at that next one. Resistance of a wire is 2 ohm. What is the resistance of the wire here? Resistance of the wire is 2 ohm. It is drawn in such a way that it experiencing a longitudinal strain of 200%, then its new resistance is, so longitudinal strain is nothing but a delta R by R. So delta R by R, so that is resistance is equal to 4 times of delta R by R, so that is radius here. Delta R by R is equal to 4 into, so how much percentage longitudinal strain here? So longitudinal strain is 200%, so 200 divided by 100 here. So delta R by R is equal to what? 8 here. So what's the delta R by R value here? 8 here. So what's the mention here? So delta R is equal to what? 8 into R here. What's the resistance value they mention? 2 ohm here. 8 into 2, that is nothing but a 16 ohms. So what is that delta R value here? Delta R value is 16 ohm here. So delta R is equal to what? R2 minus of R1 is equal to 16. R2 is equal to 16 plus of R1 here. R2 is equal to 16 plus of 2, that is 18 ohm. What is that R2 value here? R2 value is 18 ohm here. So what's the answer here? R2 value is 18 ohm. So I think you are following the classes. Just you look at the synopsis and try to solve the assignment questions.